Hey, what's going on guys, it's me Blating Gabe and welcome back to another video. And today I'm gonna be making a new what if video, but this will be the last Pokemon what if I'm gonna be making because I want to focus on the 3 Pokemon what ifs that I made, and I want to continue the other stories that I have made. So this is it, the last Pokemon what if story that I will made for now until I finish one of them. And this is What If Oak Raised Ash. Now it might be confusing to you all, but once you hear about this story, you'll see what I mean you'll get it. So let's start our story, shall we? We start our story in outside of Pallet Town, where we see Professor Oak, who just got back from his conference from another region. He wants to head back to his lab. It has been a few months since he last saw him. Once there, he saw his grandson Gary, currently sipping his tea. The two were happy to see each other, and Oak asked how's the two been while he was away. Gary explains at first was rough but eventually did well. Oak asked where is he. Gary answered he's at the back feeding Nidoking. He thanks his grandson and headed to the back. Once he got there, he sees Ash currently feeding Nidoking, who is finished with his meal. Professor Oak calls him. When Ash saw who it is, in an excited way shouts, "Gramps!" He runs to the field and greet him. He's happy to see him again and asks how's the conference. Oak told him it's fine and asked about Ash's things if he's prepared for his journey. Ash replied he is. Oak smiles and tells him to head back inside and eat his dinner. He needs to be ready for tomorrow. Ash nodded to his grandfather and went inside. When he's done smiling, he turns to see his partner Nidoking in a concerned look. But Oak tells him he will tell Ash about them when he's not ready yet. When he gets to the right age, he will tell him. The horned Pokemon nodded and went off somewhere in the lab. Professor Oak wanted to talk about the two's journey. Gary wanted to challenge the gym challenge and became champion. But what about Ash? Ash has already something in mind. He doesn't want to do the gym challenge, which shocks the two. He further explains he wanted to travel around the world, meeting new Pokemon and learn about them. He also wanted to challenge strong trainers while traveling and doesn't want to be in one region all the time, which Oak understands. He tells Ash about what he said reminds him of something. He actually wanted to tell him and Gary about it. He introduced them both the Pokemon World Championship. It's a competition where every trainer around the world to compete and become world monarch. Ash is excited. He wants to do this while Gary is disappointed a bit. Well, since he can't battle Ash because he's not challenging the gym challenge. But maybe when he becomes champion, or at least when he's done, he will challenge Ash. Oak further explains to Ash how it works about the ranking system, the classes, and the Masters 8. Also, Oak tells Ash he could become his helper while waiting for his next PWC match, or when he's traveling around the world. Ash accepted his grandfather's offer. Since it's getting late, they should go to sleep. The next day, Gary is already in the lab waiting for his Gramps to give him his starter. Once he got there, so does Ash. Like in canon, Gary chose Squirtle. When it's Ash's turn, Oak stops him because instead he wants to give Ash a different Pokemon. Instead of the traditional starter, he explained that this Pokemon need help because it was been mistreated before and the only human it trusts is him. So he will give it to Ash to help it. Ash understands and can't wait to see it. Oak gave Ash the ball and once he released it, it is revealed to be an Eevee. Eevee looks around but when it sees Ash, it hid itself behind Oak. But Oak reassures and tells him Ash is a good person. He would be the one to take care of him now. Eevee approaches Ash and Ash introduces himself. Eevee is a bit apprehensive but slowly trusts Ash, or at least, get along. Oak gave the two their Pokedex and Pokeballs, also explaining to Ash about the registration about the PWC. It's on Vermilion City, since it will take a few days to get there. But by the time he got there, the new season's already open. He thanks his grandfather for it. Gary was about to battle Ash to see who's better, but realized Eevee's not capable yet, so he would let Ash to prepare his Eevee. Once they see each other again, they would battle. Ash would agree to it, and Gary heads off while saying, "Smell you later." Oak tells Ash to be careful and good luck to him. Also, once he's done registering, head back to the lab to get his first research task from him. Ash smiles and says goodbye to his Gramps. When Ash left, Professor Oak, in a somber look and sad tone, said, Delia, I wish you were here to see him grow up. In Route 1, Ash sends out Eevee to get to know each other. Ash tells Eevee about his dream to travel the world, meet new people and Pokemon, also learning about them, and battle strong trainers. He also makes sure to Eevee that he won't mistreat him and he will make sure that they'll be taken care of properly. They just have to get to know each other. Eevee is curious of what Ash said. He continued to say he won't force Eevee and that they are partners. He's not going to use Eevee as a tool. This touches Eevee and approaches Ash to give him a paw, signifying their partners. Ash returns it with a fist bump. He tells Eevee they need to catch some Pokemon. Also, it will help them to go know each other more. So, they fought some Pokemon, but most of them either run away or faint before he can catch them. But he was able to understand Eevee in battle, which is good for him, or for both. Instead of continuing, they head to Viridian City. Once they arrive, they go to the Pokemon Center after getting healed and checked. He went to Route 22. At first, it was like before, until they encounter a Nidoran male. Ash wanted to catch this one because he wants to represent his Gramps. He battled it with Eevee, the Nidoran giving them a signal to come at him. The battle starts, Eevee using Mud Slap to hit Nidoran, but he dodges it and launches it at attacks, but Eevee also dodges it. They attack each other for a while. During this, Ash is observing the battle and notices Nidoran loves to battle a lot, but he needs to finish it. He tells Eevee to surround Nidoran with Swift. The circling star surrounds Nidoran and hitting him in every direction. Ash throws his ball, and after 3 shakes, he captured Nidoran. They head to the Pokemon Center to rest and heal. After that, he gets to know Nidoran, and Ash is right. Nidoran really loves to battle a lot, and he loves that fighting spirit that Nidoran has. He explained to Nidoran about his dreams and introduced him to Eevee, which the latter's a bit shy, but Nidoran's a nice guy. It took a while for the two to get along because of Eevee's personality, but they gotten used to each other. Also, Nidoran's wanting to help Eevee as well. The next day, Ash is in Viridian Forest, currently finding his way out. The Pokemon there doesn't interest him, so he just walks on. After a lot of walking, he was then jumped by a samurai who wanted to battle all Palatown trainers. Ash, after recovering his shock, asked the boy if the trainer named Gary passed by, which the samurai replied yes, he was beaten by him not that long and defeated his Pokemon easily. This made Ash wanted to battle this guy, and they sent out Nidoran for Ash and Pinsir for Samurai. Nidoran starts running towards Pinsir while using Tackle, but Pinsir lowers its head and uses Vice Grip, which damages Nidoran after being thrown back. Ash tells Nidoran to use Poison Sting. A barrage of poison needles appear and launches at Pinsir, but Pinsir uses X-Scissor to cut through it, but got damaged in the process. Ash has a plan. He tells to keep using Leer to lower Pinsir's defense. Samurai won't allow this and tells Pinsir to chase it with Tackle and Vice Grip. It becomes a chase between the Poison Mouse and the Scissor Bug Pokemon. I don't even know how to describe Pinsir. But finally, landed a move on Nidoran. Ash asked if he's alright, which was answered by a grunt. But Pinsir wasn't unscathed by this. His stamina is low and defenses, but worse is poison, thanks to Nidoran's ability. Ash needs to finish this and tells Nidoran to use Double Kick, which lands after 2 hits and poison damage. Pinsir is defeated. The samurai recalls his Pokemon and commends Ash of his strategy to take down Pinsir, but Ash tells him it was all on his Pokemon because he believes on them. He sends out his Metapod, and Ash and Nidoran are confused and asks about his Metapod if he evolved it from a Caterpie, but the samurai answers he caught it. Ash knows he shouldn't underestimate any Pokemon, so he tries to recall Nidoran, but it refuses and tells Ash he could still fight. Ash is okay with it, but knows that he needs to end this because Nidoran could fall at any moment, and Nidoran starred. This battle is seemingly easy because Metapod only knows Harden, but before Nidoran defeats Metapod, suddenly, the cocoon Pokemon starts to glow. By destroying its shell, it becomes a Butterfly and defeats Nidoran with its new move, Gus. Ash recalls Nidoran and praising it for its hard work. Ash sends out his last Pokemon, Eevee. This battle took a while. Eevee could barely hit Butterfree because it's airborne, only landing a few hits and using Sweep due to this move never miss, but figures out to defeat Butterfree by using Sweep as a camouflage, cover, and hitting it with more switch and doing some tackle. Eventually, Butterfree goes down. Ash grabs Eevee and praising it for doing so well in when its first trainer battle. Samurai recalls his mon and congratulates Ash for the victory. Ash thanks him as well for a good battle and hope they could battle again someday. Samurai accepts this future challenge. When they meet again, he says goodbye to the samurai and continue along. When he took a break, he would take care of his two Pokemon by giving them food and etc. He did some practice battles with the two to getting them stronger, but also make sure they don't overdo their training. After doing that, for a few days, he reached Pewter City. When he goes to the center, he wants to call his Gram since it has been a few days since he last saw him. He calls him and Oak answers. They talk for a while, Ash telling his grandfather about his journey so far and his capture. Oak is happy to hear this and asks Ash if he's going to check out the museum in Pewter. Ash replies yes, he would after his Pokemon are being looked at. Oak tells Ash he had to go now and be safe on his journey, and Ash say goodbye to his Grams. After checking his team, he wants to check out the Pewter Museum. He wanted to go here for a while now. Once he got there, he was amazed to see so many fossils, pieces from the moon, and skeleton of a Pokemon. But while he's looking at this, he bumped into someone. He apologizes, but the man also apologizes as well, saying that he was distracted by, well, at least the things around him and also two girls. When Ash got a good look on the man, he recognized him. He's Brock, the Pewter City gym leader. Brock asked Ash if he's a trainer to challenge his gym, but he answered no and explains why. Brock was shocked but also intrigued about Ash's goal. He asks Ash about more of himself. Brock learns that Ash is the, quote, grandson of Professor Oak, and the other things about him. He asks Ash if he wants to battle him only 1v1 match, which Ash accepts the challenge. They headed to the battlefield in the gym. The battle between Eevee and Onyx, or the match, is more Brock teaching Ash about a trainer having a bond and disciplining Ash also. The other lessons for Ash to add in his knowledge. Well, he has been taught by his Grams about this, but wanted to learn more from others since his Grams told him learning from others will also benefit him and helping others as well. But Brock calls the match off because their mons won't give up and they're tired. The duo heal up their mons and Brock helps Ashford to go to the next and a shortcut to Vermilion after exiting Cerulean on the south way of it. He thanks Brock for everything and hopes to see him again, maybe someday having a real battle with him. Brock waves Ash goodbye and also agreeing to it. Ash continues on and reaches Mount Moon. And that is what we're gonna be leaving things for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you all think about this what if? I hope you all enjoy it, and I'm sorry for this long. It took a while. Again, the community post did explain why. But again, in case of you guys hear something in the background, sorry. It is kind of currently raining right now and thunderstorm if you could barely hear it. But that is all for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.